summoned a UFO in Roblox Dead Rails, and now aliens are here. It started with strange lights flashing in the sky. Then I heard this loud, eerie noise. Suddenly, a massive object appeared above the town. I didn't know what it was until it started moving, and then the screen began to glitch. Something isn't right. What did I summon? This strange object continued to follow us. Out in the distance, you could see the UFO above the town, and none of us knew what was going on. We have yet to summon the UFO. Could this be something else? We had to load up on weapons just in case, and patrol the area. But above the oil rig, I saw the strange UFO in the sky. The UFO was following us from place to place, but it wasn't getting near us. What could be the reason? We spent the night barricading our train, and there was a lightning storm. Lightning almost hit me, and my game began to glitch, and I was hearing a really weird noise. I had to hide underneath the train, and lightning continued to strike towards me. That is when the UFO appeared once again. This time, as my friends were barricading the train, things weren't looking good. We were all talking about it and wondering what we should do. We haven't even summoned the UFO yet. Maybe there's multiple. Dead Rails is a game with a lot of mystery, but things didn't get better. I picked up the head of the wolf, and my game was glitching. It's almost like the game didn't want me to pick it up. What do you guys think the reason could be? The head is one of the pieces that we need to summon this UFO. We still need 3 more, as my friend does have the strange object. But what is that weird noise? It appears that it's coming from the building. And above the building that we were just at, which is where the Tesla bot is from, I saw a UFO above it. Maybe this UFO is trying to get the objects, and we just happened to be quicker. Nighttime came, and the UFO disappeared. At this point, we didn't know whether to continue our run, or find out what the UFO wants. But we continued by eliminating all the zombies at the town, and lightning came from the sky. My friend was sent flying. It was getting really dangerous out here. I started to hear a weird noise coming from the town. I wasn't sure if it was the zombies or the UFO that has been following us. All we wanted to do was just survive, as this town was really chaotic. Everything was going smooth until we went back to the train. And right behind the white building, I saw the UFO up in the sky. So it looks like this UFO has not stopped following us. But what could it possibly want? If it's the objects, we're not gonna give it to them. We want to summon our own UFO and get to the bottom of this mystery. The UFO disappeared once again, but things didn't end there. I started to experience a strange static, and my friend was eliminated out of thin air. He just flew. That was really strange. I turned around and I couldn't believe it. As I was looking at the town, the UFO appeared above, and it did something unexpected. Lightning struck the buildings from the UFO, and several buildings began to catch fire. This UFO wanted to destroy everything. It seems like we're making a mistake trying to summon him. We were now officially under attack. These aliens appear to be dangerous entities that roam around Dead Rails. We eliminated some raiders and we found a unicorn, which we need to summon a UFO of our own. The only thing that we need now is the vampire knife and the jade mask. We got much needed resources from the fortress, and my friend was eliminated by lightning. My game began to glitch again. It seems like the aliens are nearby, as lightning is a form of weapon for them. I went inside the building, and outside I could hear a strange noise. The aliens are definitely here, and I was right. Lightning struck the train again, and I could see the UFO out in the distance. What could it want from us? Maybe we should give them the objects, so we can be left alone. After traveling, we found the castle, which contains the vampire knife, one of the items that we need to summon a UFO. But it was a complete disaster. We entered the castle and eliminated several werewolves and vampires, but we were overrun. There were so many of them. I did my best to eliminate them, even to the point of reviving some of my friends. This castle, as you can see, is really dangerous, so always be prepared. The werewolves then chased my friend, and he was bouncing on top of them. I didn't know that this could be a strategy on Dead Rails, but then he fell as well, and I was the last member alive. I was really scared and I managed to escape, trying to get closer and closer to our base. I fought back and I eliminated all the werewolves. It was a close call, but we managed to get the vampire knife. This could have gone horribly wrong. Now we only need the jade mask, as if things couldn't get any worse. I looked back at the castle during the red moon, and I was able to see the strange UFO hovering above the castle. It seems like we beat the aliens to the building, and we now have possession of the item that they want. We were so close to summoning the UFO ourselves. We made it to our last stop, which was the mining town. This place contains the jade mask, which is the last object we need. We made a hole through the entrance and torch, and inside there was a ton of skeletons. We eliminated all of them and opened the entrance, and I obtained the jade mask, which is what we need to finally complete this challenge. Werewolves came from inside the cave, and we eliminated all of them. We managed to complete the secret task with the 4 jade tablets and got a ton of resources, and I noticed something on the wall. On the wall, you could see aliens. I'm pretty sure that's the strange object from the lab, and in the middle, that looks like an alien to me. So does this mean that we're going to see aliens soon? Let's find out. My friend managed to obtain a really cool sword. Maybe we're going to need this. We stopped at the last town that we needed to be at before summoning the UFO. Speaking of the UFO, it appeared above the town, and this is when things got really strange. The UFO started to attack the buildings, just like before, causing them to burn. I had all of my friends escape. These aliens are really upset that we have finally obtained all the objects. Maybe they fear that we will get a UFO of our own. I did some traveling with my horse, and I managed to find the pyramid. This is the pyramid that we need to finally summon the UFO that we have all been waiting for. We placed all the objects and got the achievement, which were 50 bonds, and we heard a noise. Up from the sky, we could see the UFO, and this UFO was dropping objects. They looked to be toy balls, and then it just disappeared. But things took a turn for the worse. We completed the final mission, which was Mexico City, and I saw the UFO in the sky with flashing lights. I was really scared, but I had enough of this. I went towards the UFO, and nighttime came. This is really strange. What's going on? The UFO then had a flashing light shining on the ground. And at that moment, I was absolutely speechless. Aliens appeared, and they have now shown up in Dead Rails. These aliens were tall and green. One of the aliens raised her arm and was getting closer. What is he trying to do? I was lost and confused, but at that moment the sky flashed green. I looked up and more UFOs appeared. They all looked pretty much the same. And then at that moment, a massive beam of light was shot down in front of me. This really confused me. I've never seen this before in Dead Rails, even when I summoned it earlier. It wasn't just aliens anymore. It was their leader. Who could this leader be? And what does he want? If you want to see more, like and subscribe. And check out these other stories.